Man, what about that game, y'all? What about that game? Georgia Southern wins 29-20 over App State, and this was a pretty solid game. You're not going to get a clean game in a rivalry game. It was pretty tough, but we made it out with the victory. Couple things made you scratch your head, but all things considered, this was a really solid game. I'm gonna tell you before I get into any stats, before I get into anything what Georgia Southern did in this game. What was the big issue with this game? The big issue was Appalachian State knowing that those first 2 points of the game haunted them the entire game. It haunted them the entire game. I'm going to tell you why. They were forced to go for two at a time they didn't want to. They were forced to run certain plays when they didn't want to. And when they kicked that field goal to try to get the ball back at the end of the game because they had to score really fast, that was another issue for the kicker psychologically, that you got to make this kick at that time. Without those 2 points, this could have been a 27-20 game, and that would have made Appalachian State to be a little bit more aggressive trying to score when we know we were kind of down because of our secondary was beat up. Chance Gamble was out. Tracy Hill was out for a little bit. Stampley didn't play as much. We had K'Mon Mathis out there, a guy that I'm actually pretty high on. We had him out there playing because we were so down in the secondary. Nevertheless, it caused Appalachian State to play way out of the element. You could see it as they were playing throughout the game. They end up running for 175 yards, rightfully so, but they were not able to actually get a rhythm. They weren't able to actually get some type of form to actually try to play their game plan. They actually had to play to try to get out of that 2-point hole because it was nagging them the entire game. Even when they tried to get the game back and it was 22-20, they're still down by 2. We scored a touchdown. Now they're down by 9. It haunted them the entire game. Now with that being said, Jalen White, 18 carries for 125, 3 touchdowns. If that's the last time I see him in Paulson, it was a beautiful thing to see. He played as tough as you could. A lot of people want him to run the ball a lot more, but he's limited throughout the game for the very purpose of what happened in the end of the game. Running that ball all the way to the end zone and giving us the lead for good, well, pulling away for good. That was a big deal. That's why you want Jalen White out there. Not the best passing situation for J.C. French. He was 16-19, which is really good. Only threw for 166. Not too bad. Josh Dallas had 4 catches for 53 and a touchdown. Derwin Burks only had 19 yards on 4 catches, which was, really overlooked because I didn't see that. LV started off hot, but he kind of cooled down later with 3 catches for 34. Tyler Fromm, Marcus Sanders, Dalen Cobb, and Johnson all had 1 catch. You look at everything on the Appalachian State side, they look pretty good. I can't say that. I mean, you look at these numbers, you would think they win. Aguilar, even though he threw for 290, he was 19-35. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and both interceptions were absolutely amazing. Great interceptions by the defense. You also had Jackson receiving 8 catches for 157 and a touchdown. And you have Marshall with 24 catches for 127 and a touchdown. Like I said, you look at that stat line, you would think they would win. But like I said, it was a psychological game from the beginning, man. That 2-point conversion threw everything off for App State. Nobody can tell me different. It made them play way, way out of their element. And that was basically, to me, that was the difference in the game. Outstanding call to go for 2 right there, and it actually worked. Which I was like, I didn't catch on to the end. I was like, wait a minute, they're going for 2? Because you know how I am about these trick plays. I don't like them. But I was like, wait, what? But it worked, So it only looks good when it works, right? Marquise Watson Trent on defense, 13 tackles, and 13 tackles, a half tackle for loss. You have Ferguson, he's the one with one of those interceptions. You also had a tackle for loss. Gilmore had a pass breakup. Hill had the other interception when he caught the ball with his legs. Excellent play right there. Well, who else had tackle for loss? Ferguson had the tackle for loss. Aiden Jackson also had a half tackle for loss. Aiden Jackson also had a QB hit. Aiden Jackson has stepped up big time. It was like he's been playing really good lately. So the defense themselves, Morris as a defensive back, he had 8 tackles. Justin Myers had 8 tackles. And on the opposite end, their leading tackle for App State was Chambers with 8. Now, what happens now? I'm watching the Marshall game, and shout out to JMU, man. JMU is giving us a solid right now. Is in the third quarter as we speak, 17-0, and they just sacked Marshall's quarterback. He is trying to find a way to get the ball out. They did complete a pass, but hopefully that James Madison continue to hold up their end of the deal, win this game. They win this game, we're going to play Louisiana for the Sun Belt title, and that is absolutely an awesome thing. I always thought that Georgia Southern should go 8-4 at the minimum all 3 of the seasons Coach Clay Helton's been here. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, even the Troy game, and you can say, to instance, the, what's the other one? The Old Dominion game, kind of was the games that kind of got out of hand. I kind of figured that this is the type of season we will probably have all 3 seasons. So this actually feels really good for the team to go 8-4, compete for a Sun Belt title. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted from year 1. Maybe we'll get it in year 3. Beyond year 3 if this keeps up. I'm gonna be honest. At the end of the day, I don't have any quarrels with everything right now. I feel like Georgia Southern is in a very good space. We can, gripe about getting better. Hopefully, Georgia Southern can clean up some things, stopping the run, being a little bit more attentive with holding the ball by J.C. French. Hopefully, he doesn't, fumble or anything like that when he's trying to look for to pass the ball. But all things considered, I'm really pleased with the team. 8-4, playing for a Sun Belt title. I mean, what possibly playing for a Sun Belt title. I'm not gonna say the win. I mean, what more could you ask for? And the way things looking, it looked like that's going to be the case, because I'm looking at this game right now. They're trying to move the ball, but they're kind of running for their life, man. Marshall's not looking too hot right now. Hopefully it keeps up. Let me know what you guys think, y'all. I mean, how do y'all feel about the team? Are you content? Could we get better? I think we can get better, but all things considered, I'm pretty pleased about how things are going. 8-4. We're sitting here looking at a possibility of playing in the Sun Belt title, possibly winning it, and getting a decent bowl game as well, man. We're looking up to 10 wins possibly. We're looking up to 9 wins possibly, So let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to be watching this James Madison game. Hopefully they can pull it off. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.